Hi guys, Daz here with another episode of my showcase series. This time it's episode 54, and tonight I will be showcasing the Dark Horse key issue comic books in my personal collection. I was going to include this in with the small publishers for my showcase down the road, but I have quite a few pretty decent Dark Horse keys. I think there's about 25 books here in all. I'm excited to show them off. There's one or two that I really like in my collection. Let's get into it. Starting with a great find in a charity shop. This is Aliens #1 from Dark Horse Comics. Yeah, the first appearance of the aliens, the xenomorphs in original stories. I paid £3 for this in a charity shop in Cheltenham. This book at one point was going well over 40 or 50. So happy days with that one. Of course, aliens have just come into the Marvel universe. So, I was actually reading a news report earlier that Sigourney Weaver and Newt were both lined up for possibly being in the last Predator movie right at the end, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that would have been pretty epic crossover, wouldn't it? Okay, up next, I have to have this one because I am the biggest fan of the film, and that film was Avatar. And this is Avatar to Suez Path. And this is the adaptation and expansion of James Cameron's world of Avatar. I got a feeling this book is going to go up in price and quite a bit when the next couple of Avatar films drop. I think the next one's out next Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. I know the villain is coming back, the Colonel, that was killed off in the first one, so I don't know how they're going to do that, but I'm very excited for the next one. This is the regular Doug Wheatley cover. £1 for that here in Gloucester, Planet All Stars. Up next, we got a book that was optioned recently, as they always seem to be. This is Bang #1. And this is a story about a sci-fi author's impossibly keen intervention is evident by the highly capable characters created in his books, which may actually hold the key to saving reality or destroying it. Okay, now this was optioned and supposedly in development back in February the 13th, 2020 for a TV show with a writer and director attached. Paid cover price for that in Excelsior Comics in Bristol. And to go with that, I found the variant cover from Matt Kint. Again, cover price, this time in Forbidden Planet in Bristol. So hopefully that makes it to screen. But like I said before, we've all got long boxes full of possibly optioned books. And here's another one, but I do think we will see this one at one point. And this is a big book. This is Black Hammer, issue #1. And supposedly going to be a movie and a TV show based on this one. Now this is the premiere issue by Jeff Lemire about a group of heroes banished from the world to an ageless rural town. Now the speculation is due to Jeff Lemire properties getting picked up and Dark Horse recently receiving a major investment from an outside company for media development in exchange for ownership. This is the regular Dean Ormston cover. Paid £3 for this in the Proud Lion in Cheltenham. I actually picked up 2 other copies. I think I sent one off to my good friend Comic Vantage, and the other one I sold for about 30 or 40 quid, if I'm not mistaken. I can't really remember. But I picked this up in November 2018. Wasn't a bad read. To go with #1, we've got Black Hammer #2. And this is the first cameo appearance of Sherlock Frankenstein. Again, this is a variant, this time from Jeff Lemire again. 50p for this one. Proud Lion. I tell you what, I can't wait to get back in the Proud Lion in Cheltenham. You wait a month and all the books on the shelves are in the 50p box. Brilliant. And to go with that one, I have Black Hammer issue 4. Another 50p find. Just a very low printed book. Again, it's a variant from Jeff Lemire. I actually have a couple of copies of this next book. It was optioned again at one point for, I think it was going to be a movie starring Dave Bautista. I have all 4 issues that I've actually got for sale on eBay, but I will keep the first one. This is Body Bags, issue #1. Now this was going to be a movie, and I think it was going to be called Dogtown, if I'm not mistaken. Now this is the first appearance of Clownface and the Panda the two main characters. It's a father and daughter contract killers, spill blood and bicker in this violent series. This was optioned and cast with Dave Bautista way back in June of 2018. So whether this still makes a screen, we don't know. In November of 2018, there was an update saying it was still in production. I wouldn't hold my breath. Up next, I picked this one up because I actually enjoyed the David Harbour Hellboy movie. I know it's probably I'm in the minority with that. It wasn't as good as the Ron Perlman Hellboys, but I did enjoy it. And one of the characters from the film appeared in this book. BPRD, The Dead, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of a character called Ben Damio. He was in that Hellboy movie with David Harbour. And I think he was like he could turn into a wild animal if I'm not mistaken. Paid £3.24 for that one on eBay. Up next, I've had 2 or 3 of these. This is Barbed Wire. This is Comics Greatest World Week 1. And yeah, believe it or not, this is the first appearance of Barbed Wire. Barbara Kopatesky, obviously played by Pamela Anderson in the movie. £1 for that one. I'm surprised this is undervalued a little bit, in my opinion. Up next, we've got week 3 from that same series. And this is the first appearance of the Ghost. It was Elisa Cameron. I believe that's Adam Hughes on the cover. I am meeting him, like I've said before, next year. I just sold my Catwoman 70, actually. Not a bad little profit on it. I think I paid £2 for it and made 40 today, so happy days. It was a nice graded book, though. The buyer's got a good book there. I just haven't got the room for nice covers. I picked up a load of those Adam Hughes Catwomans. Up next, this is a book that came from America, from my good friend Comic Vantage as an AOK. This is Dark Horse Presents Black Cross. This is number 1. And this is the first appearance of Concrete, who was Ron Lithgow, an average man's journey through life in a stone body. Oh my days. This is the first appearance of Black Cross. He was Conrad, a fearless warrior in a post-apocalyptic world. This actually is the first comic book published by Dark Horse Comics, which was founded in 1986. The concrete illustration is by Paul Chadwick on the back cover. So great book for free. This can go for probably 20 plus. Another Dark Horse Presents book. This time we've got issue 36. And this is the first Aliens versus Predator. This was one of my few stealth buys you can get past in Swindon and the Incredible Comic Book Shop. I've said it before, I am not a fan of that shop at all. I will probably never go back. They do everything by eBay prices, no matter what the grade of the book. But this was £1 in that shop. It was in a dollar box, so I couldn't believe it. They've got some random issues in there for like £5, and this was £1. So, and I love that painted cover. Let's get a bit of the almost like prestige format now. This is Dark Horse Presents issue number 4. Delighted to have this one. I picked this one up for £3.49, can you believe? And this is the first appearance of a character that is in a show right now on Sci-Fi, and that is the first appearance of Resident Alien. And I think he's played by Alan Tudyk, who was in the Rogue One, played the robot in Rogue One, and Mr. Nobody in Doom Patrol. This is the regular Fiona Staples cover. And it's actually, I got it signed by Jeff Darrow, the cover artist as well. So, happy days on that book. And that was signed in the Birmingham Con, in the interiors, if I'm not mistaken, because Jeff Darrow did a bit of work inside the book. Next, I found this one recently in one of my honey holes, which is Area 51 in Bristol. I keep telling people where I find my books. This is Dark Horse Presents, and this is issue 24. And this is the first written work in comic books by Donny Cates, officially in a story called Armageddon Outta Here. £1.12 for that. What a steal. Again, this was a £25 plus book at one point. Oh, Dazzie, what have you got here for us? Bit of a novelty book. I had to get it. Disney's Frozen. Yes, why not? The premiere issue of the hit Disney movie that introduces new adventures and characters. This is the first appearance of Frozen. It had to get it. The 99p. Why not? In a charity shop in Oxfam in Bristol. This is the Eduardo Francisco cover B variant. Again, this was a double figure book at one point. That's what I tell myself anyway. Okay, let's get a few Hellboy books. I've showed you one earlier, but let's get some more. This is Hellboy Box of Evil, number 1 of 2. And this is the first appearance of another hero that was in that recent David Harbour Hellboy movie. And that is the first appearance of Lobster Johnson. Lobster Johnson. He appears basically only for a couple of minutes, right at the end of the film, if I'm not mistaken. £5.38 for that one on eBay. I like live action appearances. I just chase them. That's what I did. Talking of live action appearances, this was the main villain in that Hellboy movie. This is Hellboy The Wild Hunt, issue number 2. Paid £4 for this in a Birmingham con. This is the first cameo appearance of Nimue, the Blood Queen. And she was played by, is it Mila Jovovich, who was out of Resident Evil. Pretty good book. This is a £20 plus book on a good day. I've actually got another one listed at the moment. And because I like that little run, I actually tried to piece it together. Issue 3 I picked up for £2 in Birmingham. It's only a 8-issue series. And issue 5 I paid £1.50 in a charity shop. So I got 3 of the 8. Whether I continue it, I don't know. But I enjoyed the story. Up next, another book that has been recently optioned. I think it was optioned actually before it even came out. This is Kill Whitey Donovan, issue number 1. And this is supposedly going to be a movie because in December 2019 it was acquired by Hideout Pictures to be an adaptation into an action film. Okay, so this is the regular Jason Pearson cover, and basically a woman from a prominent family makes a deal with a slave to help her act revenge on the man who destroyed her family, her fiance. Cover price for that, £4 in Proudline in Cheltenham. Then I picked up the variant Natalie Barahoma cover, £4 again in Cheltenham, Proudline. Sometimes you find out that your free comic books, you know, free comic book day, sometimes they can get a little bit of heat, and this one's gone up in price a bit. At one point it was a £15 to a £20 book. I'm not sure what it was doing now, but this is the free comic book day, The Legend of Korra, and this is from 2016, and this is the main story set in the Airbender universe. It also includes backup stories featuring comic book adaptations of How to Train Your Dragon and Plants and Zombies. But I think it's all about Legend of Korra because that was an animated show, I believe, on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. So, alright for a freebie. This book, I quite enjoyed the story, and I actually got it signed, so it's got to stay in my PC. This is Once and a Future Queen, and this is signed by Nick Brokenshirt, who was the penciler, as you can see here. £1.89 I paid for it, and again, there's Dazzie with the man. Okay, Stranger Things. I tried getting into it. It was just too strange. I like the fact that it was kids back in the 80s. It brought back some nostalgia a little bit, but it just got too weird. Anyway, while I was in Forbidden Planet in Bristol, I picked up the Ashcan to Stranger Things for £4.99. This is the San Diego Comic Con 2018 exclusive Ashcan preview. Not sure what that's going for now, but I know it was at double figures at one point. I'm sure it was £10 or more. And to go with that, I have the regular first printing to number 1. This is the Alex Bricolot cover. I haven't even read it because, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the show. Even though I like David Harbour, I know he's in it, and Winona Ryder. I picked it up because you never know with Stranger Things. It might just keep going and going, and it might get a bit of heat behind that book. And my final book is probably outside of Star Wars Dark Horse books. This is my favourite Dark Horse book, and I'm a massive, massive fan of the show. It's one of those free comic book day books that got really hot. It is The Umbrella Academy, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of the Umbrella Academy. The Monocle, Space Boy, Kraken, The Rumour, The Seance, The Horror, White Violin, number 5. It's also the first appearance of the Murder Magician, Inspector Tupo. It is written, of course, by Gerard Way, the frontman of My Chemical Romance. This was a free comic book giveaway in 2007. There was a 12-page one-shot story reprinted in the Apocalypse Suite trade paperback. And this issue also features sneak peeks at the upcoming Dark Horse titles, Zero Killer and Pantheon City. I paid 34 quid for this, and I'm happy enough with the purchase. It's probably, I don't know, a VF copy, but I'm just happy to own it because, like I say, I'm a massive fan of the show. I've met a couple of the cast. I've met, who have I met? I have met Rumour, and I have met the big guy, Space Boy, Luthor. So that was at Birmingham Con. That's it, guys. That's a wrap with Dark Horse Comics. One or two nice ones in there. You know, some books at 20 quid plus. So stay tuned. There'll be more showcases to come. Next time, I'm going to be into the small publishers, part 1. Bye for now. Subscribe.